Hi, welcome. Haven't done this in a while. Hopefully it won't be a disaster. But it might be. And, I'm ready for a disaster. I'm looking forward to a disaster even if that happens. Right, so what are we doing today? I'm going to play my game for the first time for the first time actually ever. I'm going to play my game, Demon's Genesis, the beta version 1.1. So a couple of disclaimers to get out of the way before anything else. It's called a beta because the alpha version is finished, not because it's in some kind of final stage of development or anything like that. I know it's a big argument what beta means. In my case, beta means that alpha is finished. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to play through the first part, at the very least, of Demon's Genesis, but I actually have 2.5 hours, so maybe we'll get through the whole game in stream at least. Though as videos, they'll still be split separately. And I may do separate openings for the videos in general, to be fair. If you don't know what Demon's Genesis is, I'll link the Discord now, so you can join if you want to, and you can even play along if you want to. In theory, I should have a game that's working without bugs, but we may do a little bit of bug hunting today as well. Alright, and we're going to play a canonic playthrough. So Demon's Genesis originally was a book. We're going to play the book version, essentially. Now, what that means in terms of the game, because the game is not the same as the book. The characters are going to make the same decisions that the in-book characters make, but there are some parts in the game, for example, that are not available in the book, so I will make a decision based on the characters as I know them. So they'll make decisions based on these scenes. So it's not necessarily going to be the best way to play this game. I actually think the canonic way is... you miss out a lot in the canonic playthrough, but I want to play canonic because that makes perfect sense for me and for my purposes. So, and I will do some voice acting. I didn't actually put voice acting in the game for this very reason, and it's going to be live voice acting, so it's not going to be very good, probably. I don't even know how different the voices are going to be between characters, but I'll see what I come up with. But I'm not going to do any female voices because it doesn't make a lot of sense in this category, basically. So, let's go. Report from the patrol. Under the command of Angel Evelyn Hart. Under the command of Angel Evelyn Hart, 10 Favashi and Angel Gala also lost their lives. The Jinn seem organized. And scribbles. The sound effect was a bit slow there. Maybe on stream it was even slower, but there we go. How many reports will follow? Enter. Come on, man! Out of it! We found Jinn, Ark. We find such beasts every day. Is that the message my brother asked you to present, Malak? No, Ark. Forgive me, Ark. So? They're congregating, Ark. 30 or more of them. I see. Has Angel Gaban assembled a force? Yes, Ark. 15 have been assembled. They're waiting for us beyond the northern wall. Do you need help with your armor? I can dress myself. Get ready, lad. Armor and shield both. You'll be at my side. It's past time you earned your first name. Now would be good. Yes, right away, Ark. Ah! We fight Jinn, rebels, and dangerous beasts. Tables are rarely a threat, Malak. After today, you'll be a Favashi. Start acting like it. Of course, Eben. I mean, sir. I mean, Ark Eben, sir. Just follow me, Malak. Yok and Malak joined party. Okay, a few things I want to do just to break the story for a second here. So, in-game there are a lot of things that are clickable, and whenever you get free roam like this, I tend to use keys, by the way. I don't tend to use the mouse, but the mouse is also possible. You can actually interact with things around the screen. Now there are some things I'm not going to interact with because there's not going to be canonic to the story, but there are going to be more options than what I take part in. Though the only things I'm going to skip basically are going to be some events that change the way the story goes, basically. So, for example, if I speak to Samael, which I will, it's not really a spoiler because it's the first screen. So you have the chance to for Samael to follow you as well. But in the story, in the book, he's not part of the opening scenes, so I'm not going to be taking Samael, but it makes more sense to take him in the game. So, you can click on things around the game, of course, that's all part, but there are going to be some things that I'm going to skip because of Canonic playthrough, like I said. But here we go, let's get back to the story. So, I can write these later. Eben Hart is always working very hard and always has lots to do. The results of training are still not ideal. I should probably put this one back. This will be cold when I get back. Always more work to do. Well, these are books. The History of the Agalos, all in print here. Ark, have you read all these books? Most of them. I should probably stop looking at books and instead put my armor on. My mother used to read this to me. Put it back, we have more important things to do. I'm slightly more civilized than that. My armor is on a stand, not just slung over a chair. Okay. You place your helmet on your head and grab your shield. You pick up a spear and hand it to Yorka. Be careful with that. It's for the guard outside. That's a mistake, he's wearing armor. Of course, Archeben. Samael is certainly adept in the use of a spear. Yes, he is. It might be worth remembering that, Malak. Huh? Now, canonically, Eben wouldn't bother, so we're not going to bother. Let's go. Yes, Ark. And I've just broken my key. Fix that. There we go. You take your swords and wrap them around your waist. You consider giving Yorka some of the others. Then your senses return to you. And finally, you quickly strap on your breastplate. You quickly strap your breastplate on, stroking the wings of Hermes. Okay, so now we're in armor. Though these are pristine and clean, they're no longer sharp. My council outfit is symbolic and likely to inspire courage. However, it won't stop an angry djinn from ripping me apart. From Merim to Gomorrah, Babel to Eden, the map of Akaro. Look at map? Yeah, let's have a quick look. So, we're in the white city of Eden in the center. That's here. Just north of here is Gomorrah, which is here. Saddam is to the south, at the end of the river, so the river goes like this, and there's an unnatural end to the river here, and Saddam is here. Babel sits in the northwest with the great tower watching over it, so we got Babel and the Tower of Babel. And in the mountains of Ararat, which are over here, sits the city of Merim. So, that's the land of Akaro. Alright, let's have a quick talk with Samael. Ark, do you wish me to follow or stay at my post? If you choose to follow here, Samael will join your party, but canonically he's not part of the story, so he's going to stay at his post. Not right now. I'll come back for you. As you say, Ark. Malak, your brooch is loose. How did that happen? I'm not going to come back for him, to be clear, but still. Nothing to report, Ark, and all quiet, Ark. Great. Let's break my keyboard again and skip on. There we go. So, I'm just doing a quick check of chat every now and then because it's not working on my tablet. That's why there's a couple of seconds sometimes when I don't respond. So now we're in the city of Eden, and I'm going to take a little walk around because I can. So I'm going to break canon and actually waste some time. Ibn is not much of a time waster in general, but yeah, I have to showcase the game at the same time, I guess. So, the Dome. The next council meeting will be announced shortly. For any queries aimed at the Ark, check with his orderly, Yorka Malak, beforehand. Because Yorka Malak is so useful. I like to make fun of Yorka, but actually Yorka is, he's one of my favorite characters. I actually like the charming buffoon, for the most part. Ah! That was a weird sound. Get back in position, you wimp. Malak, make a note. Stricter regime for the current trainees. Do you want to see more dead? Of course not, Ark. I'll make the note. Alright. This lady fell over. I won't fall again. And there is a training here if you speak to Angel Duma, who is this lady walking around. But I'm not going to do that because Eben wouldn't waste time training. So we're gonna skip that. There was a bug though, so I probably should test it. I may go back and test it in a second, actually. So, Archeben, forgive me. I was patrolling the grounds. I haven't had time to... There's nothing to forgive, Angel Duran. I see. I'm sure there are apologies to be made for my son behind you. I apologize for myself when I can, Father. I mean Angel Duran. Malak is still learning. It's common to have a recruit as an orderly. I thank you again for choosing my son. You honor our house. Stand up straight, boy. Make me proud to look upon you in that armor. Of course, Angel Duran. Okay, so Eden wouldn't be happy with this. Eden's walls in disrepair? We cannot have this. I'll make a note, Ark. It is first on a long list of things the Yagulas have fallen behind on. What else, sir? Never mind. Alright. Checking the watch seems logical as well, so go and take a look at the wall. It's just the two on guard. Yep. Malak, relief already? Not yet for Vashi, no. Forgive me, Ark. All clear. Alright then. I can see Angel Gaban and the Assembled. We can't get down to them from here though. Newt, Ninada. Yes, we should go. Okay, so we'll get away from the wall. No, I'll check the bug later, I think. In theory, if you've been in the Discord chat, in theory there is actually a bug in the training, but it should be fixed in 1.01. In 1.00 it was, the bug was recurring, but I'm pretty sure I fixed it, so I haven't had time to test it actually in the file itself, but it definitely works without deployment, so it should work with deployment in theory. And we don't need to talk to her, so let's go down. To the living quarters in Eden. So, Archeben, please forgive this old man. We're repairing a collapsed beam. It will be a short while before you can come this way. Understandable, Angel Israfil. Carry on. I heard from one of the Fravashi working with me. If you need to, that won't be necessary. Okay. Specials tonight. Tripe soup, fin salad, mushroom pie. Doesn't that sound delightful? I need to talk to Katil about her food choices. It all sounds great to me. You better not be trying to enter my kitchen. Katil, we need to talk about the menu. Not now, Ark. I have hundreds of soldiers to feed. I'm sure it's not really a priority either right now. Maybe we should come back when Angel Katil is not wielding a knife? Isn't wielding a knife. Should edit that. You may have a point. Alright. Make way! Not that anybody's really in the way, but still. Why is Danielle not walking? Ah, there she goes. Ah, Archeben. Angel Danielle, the trading post is busy, I see. Do you remember the last time it wasn't? Gaban is waiting for you. Bring them home safe. There's not really much to do in the trading post, to be honest, so we'll move on from here. Ominous. If we can assist you, Ark, don't hesitate to ask. Could probably put music here. Let me think about putting some music here, because it's a bit too quiet. Let's have Angry Eben, because Angry Eben is canonic. Fravashi! Archeben, forgive me, sir, Is guard duty a joke to you? No, sir, Stand up straight! Hold your spear tall, you're a disgrace to that uniform. It won't happen again, sir. Join my brother beyond the gates. We need more men for the scouting party. Right away, Archeben. It's more like this, actually, but still. With me, you can let the fear out, but you are the Ark. Wear a shield in public, no matter how heavy the burden. Wait. Malak, take note of this Fravashi's name and unit. He will act as ordnance on your next training exercise. Listen well, lad. I had better hear a report that you carried all the equipment without dropping a single item and that you were prompt when called upon. Any complaints and we'll fall out. Am I understood, Farashi? Yes, Ark. I'll note this for the training team. Get out of here. Disgraceful. How embarrassing. Alright then. Oh, actually I can go into the tent, I forgot. We've recently updated the forward stock. Your order would be most welcome, Ark. Makes sense. Let's do a quick audit then. This report seems up to date. This fletching is scuffed. I'll oversee the repairs myself! Best leave it to someone else. Okay. Fine, Agalos steel. So much work still to do. We don't have enough axe specialists. It's missing the sigil. Noted. I prefer short swords. Good and sharp. Alright, that's a good audit. Right then. Let's go beyond the wall then. And meet with Brother Goban. What, Nakura, it took you so long, Ark? Your message was delayed and some of the guards failed to meet my expectations. New recruits need time to adjust, you know that as well as anyone. If we allow the title New Recruit to drag on too long, we'll have no experience for Ravashi left alive. I can lead this patrol if you need more time. No one will think less of you. The unit is yours, brother. Are 20 men and women enough? Angel Gaban, Angel Sylvia, why have the Jinn assembled? We don't know. It's far from mating season. We can mourn together later. That's all the head scout has to report? We've had little contact with them on the regular paths, nothing unusual, especially for the season. I don't know what to tell you, Ark. And how do they keep ambushing patrols? Agalos! Form up! We're with you, Ark. Angel Gaban and Angel Sylvia Hart joined party. When you have 5 party members, we don't, but when you have 5 party members, you can switch members in and out via the menu with the escape key. The menu looks like this, and in formation, you can move people around like so. If you do have 5, we didn't pick up Samael, so we only have 4, but if you do have 5, you can switch somebody out of the party and switch Samael, for example, in. And when Reddit will save, just because. So, this tower is in pretty bad shape. I can't risk sending a scout to the top. We'll have to go through the forest. I can get some scouts and builders on repair duty when we're finished here. Good idea, Angel. Now onto the overgrowth. Yep, it's still broken. Alright. So, I know I literally just saved. It would have made more sense to save here though, so I will. Finally we get into some battles. If you've done training, if you go through the training you actually see how the battle system works, but I didn't go through the training, so the first few battles might be tough, to be honest. Because the training gives you your 3 main characters a few levels. But I didn't do that. So I'm going to start with no training, and hopefully I don't die. That would be embarrassing, dying in my own game. It'd be funny though. It'd be good content. Hopefully I do die, that'd be great. So, let's just do some walking around in the forest, and there we go. We have our first enemy. Probably need to go to the shadow actually, now that I look at that, but maybe nobody else noticed that, maybe it was just me. Do you want to talk about battling? I guess I kind of do. So, there are different sections in the battle, as you can see. We've got attack, physical, defensive, passive, and stupid thing, come on, hold ground and item. Hold ground is usually a good idea, so you can see we have HP, DP, and PP, and because I didn't go through the training, you can laugh at PP, it's fine. Because I didn't go through the training, this wasn't described. So HP, of course, is your health, DP is the amount of points you can use for special skills, and PP gives you the ability to, it's like energy basically, you build up the energy so you can use special skills. So when your PP is below 5 or 10, no special skills are available. So a good way of increasing your PP and also giving yourself some strength. My mind is going to immature things as well. I don't blame you for laughing at PP, I really don't. We can hold ground. So that will give us a big bonus to our power points, and it will give us a big bonus to our defense. So Ibn will do that. Yoka has the ability to remove status elements if we end up getting any kind of injury, and he also has a special ability that he can attack twice in a row. Later on he's a healer as well, so you can mix between the attacking and the healing. Goban is usually our physical attacker, but because he's level 1 he doesn't have anything yet, though he will do pretty soon, but we'll put some attack in as well. And Sylvia, whose name is spelled wrong, I just realised here, actually has the ability to heal. I'm going to have to fix that. She should be with an I, not with a Y. But she can also attack for now. So, let's do some damage. And I'll check chat as that's happening. Nothing? Alright then. Alright, so again, because we're level 1 we don't actually have any skills as of yet, but these things will come. Okay, I'm going to have to stop using the keyboard for a bit because I keep breaking that key. We're just going to kill this Jinn because he's on his own. He keeps taunting as well, which is really bad for him, but it's great for me, because taunting doesn't help him on his own. It's good when they're in a group, but when they're on their own it's completely pointless, so I'm happy. And you can see that our hold ground has ran out on Yoka and Goban, so we're going to relaunch that, just in case. Let's take as little damage as possible this early, because they do hit pretty hard, as you can see, and when there's 2 or 3 of them they can swamp you pretty quickly actually. Hey, we found some water. Ebenhard is now level 2, Yoka is level 2, Goban is level 2, and Sylvia is level 2. Yay! I don't think I want to give away... Yeah, I suppose maybe. It's a good idea to get to at least level 5, level 6 in the forest here with all of the characters you have. If you have all 5, then all 5 characters. If you only picked up the 4 that I've picked up, then the 4 characters that you pick up. So the path is already overgrown here again. Mark them all down, we'll remove them later. Our scouts often leave items behind in fallen trees. Basic meal found. Well done, Yoka. So, I of course know exactly where to go, but I'll play it as if I've never played this before. And you can probably see the giant rat is placeholder art. I do want to replace it eventually, but for now it is what it is. So... It is sometimes possible that giant rats or buzzards can move quicker than your party. But generally speaking, with this party, Yoka and Sylvia, you're probably going to be quicker than the enemy most of the time. Let's just kill it because it doesn't have a lot of health. There we go. XP, water and onions. Gotta love onions. So, Ebenhardt's now learnt double attack, we'll use that next time hopefully. Yoka's learnt dual attack, but he doesn't have a dual weapon. Okay. Gobenhardt is now level 3, double attack learnt, and Sylvia's level 3, recover learnt. Alright, so let's I didn't actually look at equipment. Is everybody equipped well? Could give Yoka a sword. I think we're good. And Eben should have everything. Yeah, we're fine. Alright. So, fallen trees, we find things. There's a fallen tree. Surgery kit found. Alright. It's like your Phoenix down. Etc. Well, can't go this way. Not this way either. Wait, Ark! Received water and decent meal. You're earning your name. Good man. Good old Yoka. Alright then. Oops. Wow, I'm getting really lucky with the enemies. When I've tested this every time so far, I've been swarmed by like 3 Jinn in the first attack. This has been really good so far. Chevron up for the double attack, so let's do it. He knows dual attack. Probably do that as well. We probably need to heal at some point though. Yeah, no dual attack weapon. That's fine then. So we'll attack. Sorry, trying to fix the key again. There we go. I already held ground, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yeah, I'll do it again because Gaban needs some PP. And we'll heal Yoko first because he has the least health. Quick check. We're good. Alright then. Should do a friend check as well actually. Let's do that because I haven't been watching the stream so thoroughly. Where's Baby S? There it is. Double attack again. We'll just do a normal attack, and double attack again. And we'll do another heal, this time of Ibn. Heal almost always goes first as well, so that's worth noting. It's a little bit different with the demons later on. There's not going to be any demons fighting in this in the first part, but with demons later on, other things can be quicker. But in general, heal is going to be pretty fast. Water found. Good. I'll talk about what items do when I use them, I guess, if I use them. We're still extending the path this way. Not this way either. Wait, Ark! Receive water and decent meal. Not bad, Malak. Not bad. Happy Malak. Well, can't go this way. And can't go this way. Wait, Ark! You disturb a nest of buzzards. Oh dear. Sometimes it turns into a fight instead of picking up items. But for me, I'm pretty happy with the fight, to be honest. Because I can do with the chance to level up, especially as I didn't go through the training. The level up chance is really useful, actually. Double attack attacks two things at random, so we're pretty happy to use that. And heal Sylvia. I said heal goes first, actually sometimes instead of heal, hold ground goes first. Hold ground always goes first, actually, but heal is a close second. I also said that the buzzards and the rats sometimes attack quicker than the party, and as you saw there, they were pretty quick. I'm glad they blinded Sylvia, though, and not somebody more important. Do I want to recover? I think I do, actually, yeah. Let's get that blind off Sylvia, just in case I do end up needing her. Ah, she has a bleed as well. We'll definitely recover her then. We're going to hold ground, so we'll attack, and we'll just do a normal attack, and we'll try and do a heal. Come on, look. On Gaban. Right. Ooh. They don't do a lot of damage, as you can see, but they do some status ailments. Sylvia's better. Oh, got through the blind. Good. And dead buzzard. Fantastic. Water, water, water! Level 4, level 4, level 4, and level 4. So we need at least 2 more. Be more careful, Favashi. Sorry, sir. Poor Yoka. He does the right thing, he does the wrong thing, and regardless, he gets yelled at. I do have a soft spot for Yoka, like I said, though. Ah, some rebels with a broken spear. But okay, I shouldn't point out my own art problem, should I? I do see them, though, just to let you know. So, these guys are slightly stronger. Hold ground, we'll put attack on the Ranger, I think. And again the Ranger. We'll do a little bit more healing. Sylvia first. Okay, hold ground doesn't always go first, then it mostly goes first. Yoka and Sylvia are very fast, so it's hard to say with those two. Alright, we got the Ranger 1. Good. Well, the bandit will soon fall as well then. Don't need to hold ground again. Just do a quick check again, because getting a report, no, we're good, okay. Let's kill her then, let's get her dead. Now me personally, I actually quite like grinding levels, so I can stay here forever and just keep leveling. But I know that the battle system is not going to be so interesting for most people. We get gold from the rebels as well, which I guess makes sense. So, basic meal found again. Lots of basic meals. I didn't want to use the words like potion, phoenix down, all this kind of stuff. The items basically do the same thing, I just made them more real world oriented, I guess. Not this way either. Wait, received water and decent meal. Good eyes, Malak. So, basic meal is essentially a potion in most games. Decent meal is a high potion, and there are a few variants of meals, and water gives you a combination of DP and HP. Mostly MP in a lot of games. So, another gin. Just one though. Just one is not so bad. So... I actually do have a passive heal on Yonka, so we'll take that, so I don't waste DP. No, we'll do a double attack, of course. And we'll stick a heal on... Ibn. Good. Now I hope that the Jin doesn't taunt, because that's a really bad tactic. And it's been really nice to me so far, and it continues to be nice to me. Okay. That was a big hit from Goban. Alright then. Basic meal found. Even Heart is now level 5 and learned Blind. Yonka learned Heal. Goban learned Shield Bash. And Sylvia learned Double Attack. Good. The party's strong enough for the first kind of mini-boss part now. Though I don't think we're going to need it in this playthrough. Well, can't go this way. Wait, Ark! You disturb a nest of buzzards. Alrighty. I don't know why I keep trying to do that. I know that he can't do that. He knows heal now. Do I want to use heal? Yeah, we'll heal Gaban. And do a normal attack. So, the user strikes out with a shield, has a chance to confuse the enemy. It's going to be pretty useless against buzzards, but let's do it. And just doesn't have enough power points. Why didn't I look? Yow. Ooh, Hikoban is bad. I don't think it carries on after battle actually, so it's not so bad. And missed, yep, that makes sense. Still, that thing isn't gonna last long, let's just kill it. Oh, Ibn as well. Well, if that carries on, I'll have to fix it out of battle. Bandages, that's a new item. Be more careful, Malak. Sorry, sir. I should point out that there's complete gender neutrality in Agalos society. There's no difference between men and women at all, so men and women are both sir. Well, can't go this way. Well, can't go this way. Another nest of buzzards. I didn't check the blind. We're good. Alright then. Stick a heal on ourselves, and yeah, we can hold ground with Malak actually. Yeah, we do want shield bash, I'm going to double attack. And we'll do another double attack and just kill them off. Oh, they don't like Yoka, do they? He's having a tough first patrol, actually. He really is. That's one dead. That's two dead. And we'll just attack through now because we got enough health. I don't think I mentioned it, the buzzard's a placeholder art as well. It's from the... In terms of the maps, I use a lot of the stuff from the RPG Maker content in general. The backdrops, etc. as well, for now, are placeholder as well. I do want to replace them with my own art. Obviously, if you do follow me on the Discord, or if you look at the 3D stuff that I'm working on, I can produce better art, but I'm still fairly early in the UI elements of the game. That's why I'm still using the basic battle system mostly, and I'm still using some generic art sometimes. I've replaced most enemies, and I've made most characters unique, but there's still some things to be done. So, Even Heart was victorious, water found, bandages found, water and vegetables. Good old vegetables. Be more careful, Favashi. Sorry, sir. And nice little bridge. I'm not making excuses for the RPG Maker stuff, by the way. I do actually... I try to make it at least aesthetically pleasing, but sometimes I use the generic stuff, of course. Right. This is going to be our first challenge, but it's still going to be pretty straightforward, to be honest. At this level now, we've leveled up enough. If we had this battle early, it would have been painful, but at this stage I think we're fine. Do we need any passives? Not really. So we'll just go... No, I don't want to attack him. I want to attack him. Shield bash should be good there, actually, and we'll do a double attack there too, and hope they don't hit us too hard. Oof. That was unlucky. Alright. Good. Not gonna get a attack this turn then, or it's harder for him to attack this turn. No attack, good. I don't think we need anything again. The battles are supposed to actually be a little bit difficult. They've been designed that way, because it's a world where, you know, you have trained people fighting trained people. They're not supposed to be easy, but I tried not to make them too hard as well. Though it can be quite hard when you first start in the forest, and when you first start in later scenes as well. Do a quick heal on Sylvia, I guess, because we might as well, and we'll keep hitting this ranger, because the ranger is the fastest. I think I'm good with letting the guy attack this time, and we'll stick with double attacks from the other two. That's good. Good heal. Right, we got him. Great. Can cause problems. He knows some status things as well. Decided to taunt. Alright. That's not going to change much, I think. Get the whole ground back up. With the taunt, we may as well hit the armored bandit, alright. And let's try and slow him down a bit. And double attack that. Let's try relaunching Twitch on the tablet while this is going, because I would like to have chat with him in a really straightforward way for me. That would be much better. Alright, basic meal found, buckler found. I actually got an item off them, that was good. Level 6, level 6, level 6 stab, and level 6, good. So we're actually high enough to get off this screen, but I'm gonna go one more level just to be safe. What am I? No, we'll carry on. Alright. So, there's so many of them. We're still not clear. Keep tight, Agalos. We don't know what's on the other side. Sylvia, spelt wrong again. Scout ahead, see what's in the clearing beyond. On it. Sylvia left your party to scout. Right. As you can see, Sylvia's gone from the party. I could keep training the other three, but that would be pretty pointless. So, let's move on. Should I go with her? No. Jinn have keener hearing and smell than we do. Our sight is hindered. Some weird formatting as well, but alright. One scout is enough regardless. My wife is sure-footed and lighter than you. She'll make less noise alone. So, I'm fat and I smell? Definitely. Random Agalos in the crowd. Quiet! Sylvia rejoins your party. There really are about 30. They're formed in a semicircle, low to the ground. Well, that makes surrounding them hard. What are your orders, Ark? So, I'm going to talk about this choice quickly because I'm playing a canonic playthrough and as a result I'm not actually going to have a battle here. There are 3 choices here. 2 of them lead to a battle, one of them is pretty... it's okay, and one of them is pretty hard. But because I'm playing a canonic playthrough, Eben's not an idiot, so we're not going to end up having a battle, because we're going to split the troops. Gaban, take 10 Favashi and form a defensive front. I'll follow with the rest as a reserve line. Shields high, shoulders locked. You heard the Ark. Follow up on me. Alright then. Time for teddy bears. I had to include that. I had a reader and somebody who played the alpha version, and she called these things teddy bears all the time, and it was pretty funny. These are of course the 2D version of the Jinn. Hold firm, Favashi. There are dozens of them. Why aren't they charging? What an acro is going on? Look, behind it. Lower your weapons. Brother, take my swords. Eben, are you mad? I'm with you. You can't be older than Lucille, 2 at most. Enough. Let's see if you can communicate. Hello, child. My name is Eben. Has he blinked yet? Aiden. Ah! Well, it's nice to meet you, Aiden. Where are you from? Where now? Not far from Eden. Are you from Eden? No, Eden. Is he stroking the Jinn? No, kitty. No seagulled eyes. No, here. Here new. If we don't get him away from these beasts, he'll be lunch. Just grab him, Eben. We can take him back, see if anyone knows him. Look at his eyes. Who's gonna know him, Angel? Brown eyes only exist in legends. Pretty bird. Fire eyes. Looks at Crow on breastplate. This is Hermes. She is the messenger, the protective symbol of my people. We wear it to represent the council. Hermes, proactive, council bird. Oh dear. We need to get that kid away now! Hold! Kitty's scared. No, me. But we friends now. Aiden, will you come see my city? I'd like to show you around. No today. Sleepy. We have to do something now! Kitty no hurt Eben and friends. Eben no hurt Kitty and friends. Kitty goes first. Fine, I'll get him. Hungry. I go now. Now, Favashi, advance! Bye. What on acro is going on? Eben to me. Stand down. What was that? I have no idea. A human. It would appear they're real. You may come back. I want a regular guard posted here and in the old watchtower to the east. Yoka, make a last note for Angel Litterfield to repair it. He called me Yoka. Did you make the note for Vashi Yoka? Yes, Ark. Thank you. We'll communicate with the human as best we can. And Jinn are not to be considered hostile unless they attack first. As you say, brother. It spoke our language. How curious. If I remember my studies, their language and ours were the same after the fall of the Babylite Empire. The old texts were rewritten in a common tongue almost 500 years ago. You speak of legends, brother. Unverified ones. We just verified them. Alright. So, another save here. So that's actually the end of chapter 1, both in the book and in the game itself, though I am going to continue in stream, but for anybody who's watching the videos, I'm actually going to finish the video here, so there'll be a little outro, maybe I'm wearing different clothes, different hair, etc. So if you are watching the videos afterwards, then, and I use this clip, I'll make a little cut and I'll be back. But the stream continues, so down we go. I'll just do a quick, I'll let that go for a second, I'll just do a quick check of the chat. Hey, this is Aaron from the future, and Newt, hey buddy. Thank you very much for playing that chapter. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one, because in the stream itself I didn't actually give any kind of goodbye and thanks and stuff. I wanted to add this little bit here. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, so much love from myself and much love from the cat. If you did like this video, please leave a like, it does help, and of course you are free to subscribe, and if you watch to the end, I think I love you. Was that a bit much? Probably. Well, I did say pee-pee in the video, you know. Alright then, on to the next one. Goodbye for now.